Pesticide Action Network, and part of the reason that we're here today is in solidarity with communities up in north central Minnesota, which is a rural area that's partially mostly agricultural counties, partially the White Earth Indian Reservation, and potatoes that are turned into McDonald's French fries have been grown in that area for decades. And those are grown with pesticides that are really harming those local communities. People are dealing with their livestock, like their sheep and cattle, dying when they're exposed to those pesticides. That's people's livelihoods. That's how they feed their families and make a living. They're seeing rates of cancer in their communities that they're really worried about. They're paying extra for their water to be clean because of the pesticides that these companies are using to grow potatoes. And what we see with a corporation like McDonald's is that, as we all know, they're one of the biggest players in the industry, and they have the power to change what's happening across the board. They buy these potatoes, and so it's up to them how they're produced. And so communities in those areas are calling for four things. They're calling for already often the potato company that grows those potatoes to release information on what chemicals they're using. If people are being exposed in their communities, they have a right to know what those chemicals are. They want to see those pesticides reduced so that people can have clean air and water for themselves and their families. They want the growers and McDonald's to fund a study to understand how these decades of pesticide exposure have impacted people's health. And they want to see a long-term transition to more sustainable production. The thing is that this isn't new. McDonald's promised in 2009 that they were going to make some of these changes, and they haven't yet. Local communities aren't seeing a change. And I think it's so important for us to recognize that corporations like McDonald's can make these promises left and right. In the last year, they promised cage-free eggs, other sustainable practices, and they often do those to distract from the places they aren't making change, right? They aren't making change around $15 an hour and a union. But so we're not going to accept that greenwashing. We're going to say local communities affected by potato production are going to continue to call for McDonald's to follow through, and that can't be an excuse to not come through on issues like sexual harassment on the job, $15 an hour, and a union. And so we're here to say no more toxic taters, no more sexual harassment on the job at McDonald's, and it's time for $15 and a union. And McDonald's can make change on all of those as the player in the food system that they are. Thank you.